we haven't released a Beers with Reed in a while, but I just found like 3 videos I realized I haven't edited yet from like last year or beginning of this year in January. So I'm excited. Now there's gonna be more Beers with Reed videos coming out soon.
I'm not excited because now Reed's gonna think you hate him, and now this video's gonna go way off course.
Well, he doesn't tell me when he uploads things. They just magically show up in the Dropbox folder and I don't get notified. And then I go in there and I'm like, why is it full?
Because I'm drunk. What do you want me to
do? He probably doesn't even remember the videos he recorded. But anyways.
I don't know any of them. Like when I was in there, I was like, what the fuck have I been doing?
I like the fact that you have the ability to record them drunk, but still have the memory to upload them drunk too afterwards. Or you do them that night. Who knows?
I just do it the second I'm done. I just start uploading it and then do the other one.
Makes sense. So we have a beer. Actually, Mike, you got us this beer. So you tell us all about it.
I have no fucking idea. I was up in Vermont a few weeks ago, and on the way home, I convinced Chan that it's a good idea to stop here at Burlington Beer Company. I got to the brewery, and to my annoyance, they weren't taking there was no one there. I was the only one in the fucking place, but they wouldn't let me put an order in with my card and just pay for it. I had to go back to the car and do it online.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was really stupid. No offense, Burlington Beer Company, because I love your beer, but fuck, that was dumb. But I went back to the car, put the order in, and I waited like 25 minutes for them to build it.
You had to wait 25 minutes?
Yeah.
You were the only person there. How many cases did you get? 1?
2, 1 and change.
Yeah. That's ridiculous. Because whenever I'm there and it's busy and I get a mixed case, they're like, all right, be right back. And it's like 5 minutes, if that.
Yeah, but I don't know if when I order it, if they're getting it right away or if because it's a third-party ordering system.
You just open the door. I just ordered. Can you check it out?
Yeah, so it said it would take 45 minutes. So I lied to Chan and said, oh, it should be 25 minutes. And it was 25 minutes, and it ended up being pretty,
wow.
Well, not fast, but faster than 45. Either way, so the main reason why I ended up going is, you guys know, is mainly the barrel-aged beers. They had a whole bunch of barrel-aged stuff in cans, and so I ended up picking up a few things for you guys and a few things for me, and I picked up for me especially some Meteor mash. And the last time Reed stopped by my house to drop off. Well, he came to pick up beer. I added this to the order, and he gave me some beers for that he picked up at Spyglass. And but I specifically wanted us to all have this review of Meteor Mesh.
Let's pour it. Well, as we're pointing, what's in it?
Yeah.
Our videos are long enough.
Sorry, yeah, it's a double. It's a milk stout with coconut chicory. It's a double stout.
Allegedly. I love how they just call them double stouts.
It's Russian Imperial Stout is a shorter version of Russian.
Yeah.
Imperial Stout. Anything that's like American should be called the double stout. But.
Yeah, but I usually think when I think of Imperial Stout, I really usually think of 12, 13%, and this is only 8.
All of their double stouts are always.
Yeah.
8.
Yep.
Alien Hymns is 10, I believe, but the barrel age are obviously higher. But usually it must be the same base with just different adjuncts added in after the fact. I have to imagine.
I imagine.
My head went away so fucking quick.
Mine's disappearing in a hurry. Bruce, hey, Bruce, lay down. Bruce, lay down now.
Hey, Bruce, what's up?
Lay down. All the way down.
Bruce.
Stay. Good boy.
Is that a Burlington Beer Company glass too? Oh, that's just Spyglass glass.
All right. So now,
brand new. I just picked it up.
Nice.
So my beer here is almost like a sepia brown. It's like a nice dark brown, and it quickly dissipating dark khaki head.
Yeah. Yeah, same here. Except my head's completely fucking gone.
The head is I just poured mine, so I wasn't paying attention. You guys already poured yours, but still got a lot of that camel colored, khaki colored head there. It's fucking beautiful.
All right, you guys want to get a nose on this?
Definitely.
Let's do it. That's nice. I'm getting almost. I'm getting like I'm getting chocolate and caramel.
You get a little bit
like
of the chicory
sweetness.
there. Coconut, not so much. Maybe toasted.
I
coconut.
expected the coconut to be way more predominant.
Yeah,
like,
same.
Way more predominant.
But the chicory a little bit.
Yeah, I'm getting the chicory pretty good. But yeah, like kind of like brown sugar, maybe caramel, maybe a little bit of a maple syrup characteristic, and then some good chocolate.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm getting that too. And the chocolate I'm getting is almost like milk chocolatey, you know, or maybe that's because of the brown sugary milk, that sweetness.
Like a good quality milk chocolate, not like a fucking Hershey's bar or something like that. But
yeah, it's really, really nice. Notwithstanding the distinctive lack of coconut in the nose.
Yeah, but I'm wondering if that's going to be coming through more predominantly on the flavor.
Tell you what, we're gonna find out right now.
There's only one way to find out. Cheers, boys.
Cheers, gentlemen.
Yes.
Wow, that's really fucking nice.
They don't fuck around.
That is really nice.
If I could only go to Burlington,
they don't fuck around with their stoves,
and go to one brewery to get beer, it would probably be Burlington Beer Company.
They
do
all
walk out
styles
of there
so
with
well.
like 19 different styles of beer. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Everything they do is fucking banging.
So this here, you're definitely getting the chicory. You're definitely getting. I'm getting coconut here now, by the way. Almost like confectionery coconut, like on something on like a donut almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm getting a nice amount of doughiness, and I'm getting like nice hint of that brown sugar caramel sort of sweetness. It's really, really nice.
You know, it's crazy. It's not too sweet or anything like that too.
It's not cloying.
No.
A lot like, yeah, I was expecting that a little bit, but I think the chicory's done a good job. Like, it's a great bittering agent.
Yep.
If used properly, and it's really pairing well with the other adjuncts in this.
Yeah, I feel like the sweetness comes right up front, and then it cleans up and balances right away almost.
As it finishes, it kind of finishes clean, just like it kind of finishes just as an Imperial Stout almost. It kind of gives you that little bit of ashiness, like just a sort of stout character, and all the adjuncts are all kind of washed away. So, yeah, they know their stouts.
Yeah,
and what's great about Burlington too is with these dessert stouts, you feel like you're drinking a beer, and not like drinking an affogato or something. You know what I mean? Like it's not.
Yeah, it's not.
It doesn't seem like dessert in a glass.
Right.
Yeah, and the thing is too is when you take a sip, you almost feel like you're gonna get that, and then it just they level everything up so quickly.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep. You're like, oh no, it's gonna be too cloying. And then you're like, oh wait, that's very, very pleasant.
Yeah, it's sort of like this would be a really beautiful after dinner beverage. You know what I mean?
Sitting outside.
Yeah, for sure. Which you don't get with a lot of adjunct milk stouts. You know, like are pretty fucking sweet and syrupy and rich. And this isn't any of that at all. It's just effervescent enough to kind of balance it out a little bit. And the body is fantastic too. It's not too heavy.
No, it's nice.
I wish more cans, Mike.
I have 4 more. I could probably give you guys each one more.
I don't need more stouts. As much as I would love to accept that, I don't need.
That's what I was hoping to hear. I'm all over that. I'll take Sean.
I said, I think a big part of it, and Reed just brought up, is just effervescent enough, you know, and the chicory is there, and it's there in a heavy, although not like obvious way. Like I don't think I would pick it out right away normally.
Going in blind, I don't think I would even tell what it was. I think it would be something else.
Yeah, But what it does though,
I would have
really,
thought. I would have thought coffee, like probably, like I would have thought it was just like, oh, there's some coffee in this.
Or some type
But
of
that's
like
just because
peaty,
chicory's always so associated with it, I guess.
or like a peaty bourbon barrel that wasn't aged long enough or something like that, maybe. Or
Yeah.
whiskey, yeah, because you're getting a little bit of
Yeah.
smokiness.
Maybe it almost has that quality where they kind of they didn't barrel it, but they put the staves in there, like
Yeah.
the barrel staves in there, just kind of give it a little bit of that character.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It certainly doesn't give you any sort of obvious like idea that it'll be barrel aged, but there's certainly something woody in there. You know what I mean? Like, and if someone told me that it was like a little bit of coffee, I wouldn't even have even tried to argue. I'm like, oh, that makes sense. But what it does,
Yeah.
what like I said, that nice, pleasant amount of carbonation, a little bit of that chicory really does help kind of keep this shit honest. You know, where it's certainly sweet, it's certainly desserty in a certain sense, but it's certainly a beer.
Right.
It doesn't leave that lingering sweetness.
For sure.
It is crushable.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. Is like, this is not even just in the context of a stout or a double stout, but it is pretty fucking crushable, which is a problem.
But luckily, it's only 8%. So, well,
only 8%. You fucking asshole.
Well, when you get well, when you think of regular imperial stouts, if you want an imperial stout, you're gonna hit like the 10% territory, 11%, 12%. So this is like a lower version of. This is even lower than say PM Dawn. So it's like this is a pleasant surprise to be able to.
For an American brewery to have this kind of subtle nuance in this style, where we're seeing still the ante keeps getting upped constantly.
Well, that's what I feel like. I feel like a lot of the breweries, all they're doing. I feel like a lot of breweries now are just trying to add more and more instead of trying to make something balanced and interesting. They're trying to make things like it's like a car crash. You know what I mean?
That's a good way to put it.
You know what I mean? Where it's just an assault instead of being something fun.
Because even with like their beers where they put like the cinnamon toast crunch cereal in it, or like the waffles and the marshmallows and all that shit, on paper those beers sound freaking like they're gonna be dessert boy stouts. And while everything comes through just like this, you still know you're drinking a stout. You're not drinking a dessert in a glass. So they have this way to like balance out the dessertness with like this, like the stout, to make it not overwhelmingly sweet, which some people probably want. If they're going for a beer that has all that stuff in it, they probably want that more dessert boy thing going on. But like, it's nice to get the full stout character.
Right.
But Sean, I feel like they have a good idea of what they're doing with their malt, because their malt comes through.
Yeah, 100%.
And I feel like and I imagine I imagine when they looked at what they were using for the adjuncts, that they were thinking this might get too sweet, and then they added that chicory as a sort of balancing agent. I think this is artistically fucking beautiful.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
I agree.
Reed, what do you think?
Yeah, I honestly think having had enough, as we all have had enough of these Burlington Beer Co. Stouts, they set out on paper to do this, and they accomplish it. I want to know how many actually of these stouts they brew and don't release. I imagine the number is pretty low because their process seems to be so fucking clean. But I mean, to sit there and try to again, I could take somebody who's I like stout and their only experience is like maybe a Guinness or something like that. I can introduce them to something like this. Whereas if I gave them like I don't name any Trillium dessert stout, they'd be like, ugh, you know what I mean? Like, too much. This is a beer. I can give this to my dad, who's damn near 80, an idea of what beer is than we do. He would find the nuance and the salty and the pleasantness of it. And I just crushed a Dunkel, and this is actually, it's not that far off. You know what I mean? Like you feel like you're drinking a beer with this. You know what I mean? Like, because of that malty characteristic you were talking about, the malt backbone in this, it's still showing through, and the adjuncts are still showing through as well. It isn't just like, oh, we put a bunch of chocolate in this. and you can't taste anything else. It's fucking fantastic how they were able to level that all out. And I gotta say, I've had enough of the beers where it's not a happy accident. It's just what those fucking guys do. And shame on me. I couldn't name a single brewer at Burlington. Couldn't tell you the name of the owners. I've never.
Yeah.
I think that's something that
That's fucking crazy.
There's no need up there to be celebrities. They just let the beer speak for themselves. I think there's something to that.
Yeah.
You talk about if you talk about other half the veil, like we all know their names. You know what I mean? Like Trillium, like there's
Trillium.
Yeah.
These personalities. Yeah, Treehouse. Burlington Beer Co. doesn't have that at all. Like they're specters almost making this fantastic fucking beer.
And one thing too is a lot of breweries, you gotta find someone that does some stupid hating. Like there's Treehouse, there's Reed, and there's Trillium, there's me. So I mean, it's what it is. But BBC, you don't really ever see a whole lot of hate. I think they're just sort of respected by everybody.
Well, I think that's part of their whole brand. Is like, look at the can. There's no pretentiousness to it. It's kind of like a children's toy. You don't know the names of the brewers because they're not very forward facing. Like, so there's nothing really to hate. It's like, what would you hate about Burlington? They make fucking solid beer. From what I can tell, they're not raping anybody at their brewery.
This can is also
not yet, at least.
This can is also very old, and this tastes delicious. Mike, you said it was almost a month old.
I bought this about a month ago.
It was canned on January 17th.
That's crazy.
It's on the side of the
can.
Are you
it's
stamped on the side of the can. It's stamped.
I mean, you remember when I texted you?
Oh no, I know, but these cans.
Yeah, we know when you went.
These cans last for a while because no one.
I cannot believe the adjuncts are showing through
People
so beautifully.
Want the juice, man, so they'll buy the juice first, and then they'll buy the.
But Sean, we're talking about this is the end of June, and these adjuncts are showing up like fresh.
Then again, I wonder how words. I wonder how long they let this settle in the can. Like maybe they wanted to let it sit in the can. But do you think could this have been around since January? Maybe with COVID, because March, right, is when everything sort of started shutting down. So that's only 2 months at that point. So
yeah, but that's fucking 2 months though. Like you would have thought that this would have sold out by then. But they hit so many. They again go there. There's 20 beers available. You look at their fucking menu, you're like, what? Do you guys sleep? Like
every
how the fuck
single
are you making
time
that much beer?
Every single time.
And everything's a case limit. Everything's a fucking case limit. Like it's insane.
The first time I ever went up was when you guys brought me up for my bachelor party, and I was shocked. I mean, there was like I think 25 offerings there, something absurd. And we all had a bunch of beer, and there were some beers that weren't tried.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like to think about that.
Oh yeah.
And the space in general is great. It's like out of the way from everything else in a way. Like they have food, you can get actual sandwiches, which is great. Like that's always the first stop whenever I'm up there for work, because I know I can get lunch, I know I can get all the beers I want. I can play Nintendo or Genesis if I want to. It's like it's a really just fucking badass spot.
It never feels packed. It never feels packed there.
Mm-hmm.
There, you're drinking in the brewery. You're in the fucking brew house when you're drinking there.
Yeah,
like
when you go to use the bathroom. When you go to the bathroom, you're walking past.
Yeah, you're like oh, I'm
half of the operation.
Yeah.
I've been a big fan of BBCO for quite a long time. Mostly probably because of you guys. But God, I fucking love them. I think they're so great. So
thank God they're.
Go ahead.
It's crazy that I can just walk into pretty much any decent bottle shop and Alpine.
We don't get any of their stouts,
and
right?
pick up fucking Burlington Beer Co.
We don't.
No, but like
just IPA.
Being able to get their IP like that, like that's a trip because I bought Orbital Elevator there before, which is still one of my favorite fucking beers of all time. That beer's
fucking great.
It's insane.
And they're one of those few breweries. There's only maybe I can think of a handful that when you walk in, you can see their beer from 40 feet away. The art is
that's
distinctive.
That's a good way to put it, actually. That's and I imagine they have to do that on purpose. Like, this is something that you can see, and it's there. Like, where other breweries, like, they kind of all blend together at some point.
Yep.
Yeah, there's literally their cans are so different, but you can just show me any label without any writing on it, and I'll be able to tell anyone will be able to tell you that's a Burlington Beer Co. Like, their branding is absolutely fucking genius.
That's right. Awesome. I'm glad you guys were able to enjoy this, because this is not my first. I did have one can, and then I made sure I let you guys each have one. This is the way we can do this review.
So you already knew you liked it, and you didn't tell people before we started drinking it, Michael? Damn it.
I drank it drunk a month ago.
Oh, fair enough.
and I know I liked it. I couldn't pick out a note. I didn't remember it. But I'm like, this is so good. Blah. And so I didn't have another one, and I waited a few weeks because of my homies.
This is great. But thank you for supplying us
with
this. What did you say, Reed?
You're welcome, Sean, because I had both of them, and I was like, oh, I'll drink one and then tell Sean that I didn't get the other one, and then just drink that later. Because I didn't know it, so I was just like, oops, I have so much beer in my fridge, I don't know. They all look the same.
It would have been better if you were like, Sean, actually, the can you're drinking, I took the label off and I put the label on a navigation stout, so joke's on you, buddy. Oh man. Okay.
It was supposed to be. It would have been like navigation going for an IPA, and you're like, yeah, this is great. Like, it's looks like a stout, tastes like a stout.
I really hope nobody from navigation.
It's the navigation size on. It's navigation size on.
a dark size on. Wow.
No, that's just Lowell sewage mixed in.
Yeah.
Gross. Yeah, they're using that tap. Lowell's finest.
All right, we're at 22 minutes, boys. So
as we do.
Let us know in the comments if you've had Meteor Mash, Burlington Beer Company's double stout with coconut, chicory, and milk sugar, and what you think of it coming in at 8%. What you think of Burlington Beer Company in general? And if you're ever up in Burlington and you're just going to Foam, you're going to Alchemist, you're going to Lawson's, and what other Four Quarters, whatever.
Four Quarters.
Yeah, whatever hype brewery, go to Burlington. If it's not on your radar, go to Burlington.
And go to fucking Von Trapp.
Oh, yes.
Jesus.
Go to Von Trapp.
Jesus Christ. Speaking of Von Trapp, Reed's been drinking Von Trapp, I saw.
Yeah. And yeah, nerdsense.net, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, if those are your things. Please like, comment, subscribe, hit those notification bells. Check out Beers with Reed. There's a playlist on our channel for all his videos, and we're going to hopefully be posting more soon. So yeah. And I'm Sean.
I'm Mike.
And I'm Reed.
And this is Nerdsense.